It has been 2 years calling this boat home, sailing the Brazilian coast with our 2 dogs. But today, the wind feels different. We set sail from Yabá, taking turns at the helm through sleepless nights, and made it to São Francisco do Sul. Now, we're about to take on the final stretch of this 300 nautical mile journey. Our destination, the shipyard where everything began. After 2 years living aboard, this is the real test. Did our rebuild truly hold up? It isn't an ending, it's a checkpoint. A pause to make Yabá stronger before sailing further, staying out longer and pushing our limits even more. We are still hesitant on leaving tomorrow or after tomorrow. We're keeping an eye out on the weather to see if there's anything coming that might push us down south to the shipyard. Either way, after tomorrow is a deadline, so we're going to leave by then. But our neighbors from Leva Vento, Karina and Wagner, they were just anchored next to us. They already arranged with some other people to go and anchor over at Capri, which is over there. They've just left because the tides have switched. It's going out now and it pushes you in the right direction. Never been there. It's always nice going to see new locations. So we're just going to weigh anchor now and go and see what it's like over there, and then keep an eye on the weather. And we'll be already, 45 minutes closer to our next destination. Enjoying the breeze, blow dry. Look at that sandbank.
Why are we doing such a big loop?
Because we don't want to get stuck. Look at this. You can see all the waves breaking up. Oh, it's so close. Well, at least we're inside the green buoy still. We're in 12 meters and the waves breaking over sand over there.
It's always thrilling to enter a place with so many shallow bits. But we've got this. If you're from Europe, you probably think that we are entering the canal wrong because we left the red buoy on our starboard side, but that's how it goes in this part of the world. Unfortunately, there are 2 different rules. We are divided in A and B, and here in Brazil, this is how it goes. I know in Europe it's the opposite, but anyway, we're doing the right thing.
Okay, let's see. We're in a canal. We're at the end of a canal. The canal is over there. It's the port. There's sandbanks all around, but I think it's going to be fun.
It's always more fun with friends. We made it, but that's only the first step because now the tide is going low and low and low, and then we need to see if we're still gonna be okay, very close to anchor, if we're not gonna hit ground. What do you say, Lovey?
I think we'll be fine.
I think we'll be fine. We'll see.
What a long keel. Come on. Come in. Oh, the current doesn't take me out.
Ben is very cute. He just told me I'm gonna stand up paddle. You feel me because it's gonna look like I can walk on water. There.
This feels so weird. You can see the boats are anchored right next to us. And there is sea all the way around, but Kayo can still go for a walk. And this is tide dropping, so soon this is all going to be sandbank. But I have to say that is a funny view. Let's see how close we can get.
What a brave dog, look at him. It's very shallow there. How was that?
This is a good trick to teach people who have dogs on board and are on long crossings how to walk them on water instead of on land. We're here with our neighbors Karina and Wagner, and I have no idea. We are looking for something that we can all put in pasta. It's a shell, or use as live bait or bait for fish. What's it called? Yes? Cockle.
Vongoli or
Vongoli.
vertigo.
It's like a shell, like a little cockle.
Coco, I don't know.
A Saint-Jacques. Saint-Jacques, Brazilian Saint-Jacques. Anyway, let's see if we can make dinner tonight. We've got some fresh pasta in the fridge. Okay, and apparently you need a spoon to find them, or a spade, but I guess we don't have a spade. And we're gonna get food for dinner, and it's so funny, I'm just talking with MP who's anchored over there. Anyway, we're gonna get dinner, okay? For the fresh pasta. First out of 100. Let's keep going. After a big team effort, we managed to catch, I'd say maybe 5 or 6 kilos.
Really?
Shh, don't tell them it's less, but I think it's 5 or 6 kilos of cockles, which we are gonna put on the flames now, well, the electrical flames, open one by one, and then we'll start removing them, and we're gonna turn them into an amazing cockle spaghetti. So after a lot of gathering, a lot of effort of digging with a spoon, this is the result.
Nice.
And I've never done this. Like, my mom lives in Scotland, and I know there are a lot of cockles, but I just don't know what to do with them. So hopefully now Wagner is very good at this, so he's going to teach us. So next time we can do this ourselves. Ready?
Nice.
On. May the flames begin. I just went to go and take a cool picture on the water, walking on the water, and then all of a sudden they joined us. Now that I have done all the hard work, the assembly line can begin. We have, this is boiling, getting ready. These are almost all open. We've got Karina on the sorting, and we've got Wagner on the taking the meat out of the shell. And I am the one that gets paid the most as a supervisor. This anchorage has been really cool. The plan is to leave to the shipyard tomorrow morning. We have really enjoyed São Francisco do Sul. We didn't get to see the old town yet, unfortunately. Maybe on the way up we can stop here and have a quick look, because apparently that's beautiful. We've seen over there, we've seen here. There's one more place I want to see before we leave, because we're leaving tomorrow morning, and that is that there is a nice island just outside, or just before you enter the canal or the bay of São Francisco do Sul. So we're going to head over there now, spend one night there, and then tomorrow first thing, weigh anchor and head to our last push south until the slip is ready for our boat. So we're just going to weigh anchor here. It's getting busy here. Let's see what the island's going to be like.
It is so cool that we get to see the lighthouse and the full moon together.
Good morning, it's time to leave Peace Island, at least that's what that one's called, with that spectacular lighthouse on. We had the best views yesterday. We had a big support vessel next to us full of lights, a sailboat, a fishing boat, us, and of course the magnificent moon. We're going to head down to the shipyard today, which is a big milestone. It's the big milestone. It is, because we've been on the water for 2 years, and it means we need to do our regular maintenance. I'm really curious to see what everything's going to be like. Now, of course, we need to wait for our spot on the slip. He said to be there today. I'm going to be in touch with the guys from the yard to make sure we're not hanging around in the river too long. We might just anchor outside where it's a bit cleaner, and whenever the slip's free, we just head in. So let's leave Peace Island, at least that's what that one's called. That's got another name. Even that small one over there in the middle, where I walk the dogs has got another name. Engine checks are done, the boat's nice and organised. Either way, quick trip, we'll be there this afternoon. Keep you posted. And this is the last moment where we might be able to catch a fish, so fingers crossed. I mean, an edible fish. What is that? What is that, Lakey?
You're gonna choke there.
Empty. We are almost there. It's a very quick journey. Now, even though there's not enough wind really to get this heavy boat moving properly, we managed to get the apparent wind angle 50-60 degrees, and by having the engine on and the two sails open, that you can get closest, the sheets closest to the center of the boat, which is the one all the way at the bow. And the main sail, the apparent wind increases by us moving, let's say 3 or 4 knots forwards with the engine, plus the 3 or 4 knots that's coming at the 50-degree angle or whatever it is. We are getting almost 8 knots in the sails just to give us a bit of stability, and maybe a half or even a knot extra with this light wind. So it's really nice. I'm really curious now that we're going to the shipyard to get start really working on getting the new rigging done. We're going to add the new boom here, we're going to add a gaff here, and on top of the boom we have there, we're also going to have a gaff and just a lot bigger main sails. So with low wind, we should be able to fill up a lot more sail area and get a lot more speed in low winds. In high winds, of course, that's going to make a big difference, and stronger winds, but the low winds for us is usually the big problem, because our boat is, I don't know, 50 tons, if not more, maybe less, I don't know. Guess below actually what you think this boat weighs. Maybe one day we'll head up to travel lift, and until then we'll just keep guessing. That's a big one.
Fish on!
We've got dinner hopefully. It's in Italy. That's actually
It's a good size, Mahi! Caio, don't fall! Caio, in! Meu Deus!
There we go, our first mahi.
Yay!
That's gonna be a good food for later.
Today, here in Brazil, we celebrate Iemanjà's Day, which is the Queen of the Seas Day. And it's really nice because there is this whole culture of every person that is involved in the sea somehow, like fishermen, sailors, people who are there. They come out to the sea, they send her flowers and all things like that. Independent of your belief, today is the day that people here gather to celebrate and respect and love the sea. So of course we really love this day, and especially because Yabá, when we got her, she already had her name. We were not the ones who chose it, but we really like the name because it is somehow a homage, is that a word, to Iemanjá. And we just really love that we are thanking the sea, also feeling protected by it, also showing our respect, because at the end of the day, this is our home, you know? Yabá is our house, but the sea is our garden, so we better respect it and love it very much. And yeah, we are sailing on Iemanjá's day. It feels extra special, but instead of us being the ones gifting her, she gifted us with a fish, so incredible.
Sometimes, very sometimes, in our case at least, the wind is constant enough, strong enough for us to just open all sails and not need to hold the wheel anymore. We've been at this course for 15 minutes, hopefully we can go like this all the way to the end. Put a little stringy thingy on the wheel.
We are both here on the deck, just enjoying the
dogs are there.
view. The dogs are here, no one's driving, just a little string is our autopilot. So why are we complaining about an autopilot if we had it all along?
Because like now we're veering off to starboard. I wish the boat would do correct. Now I have to go down and move the string, the slip knot by like an inch and stuff like that.
And
So
it
whenever the
doesn't
wind picks up,
always
it blows to one side. Whenever the wind drops, it blows to the other. But at least we're going towards our destination in a margin of 10 degrees, I'd say, 15 maybe,
Yay.
20. Now I'm gonna go. And you just get the slip knot here. And I'll just pull it up that far. Let's see what that does as course adjustment. With all sails open, true wind at 110 degrees on our port side, so that's broad reach, I'd say. We are doing 5 knots in 8 knots of wind. Current wind is just under 90 degrees, so 80 on port as well. When the wind picks up to 9 or 10, we reach 6 knots of speed. Now this is, in my opinion, the best sailing. I'm not a big fan of downwind sailing because you don't get to make the most of all the sails, because one sail catches the wind of the other, and so on and so on. And close hauled, forget it, this boat isn't made for it. So if we were ever to do long crossings, this is the type of wind we want. Very, very comfortable, not fast, not dangerous, all sails open, and of course this is all going to change with our new sail rigging to hopefully make it even better. Don't fall. 7 miles to go. We're going around just over 5 knots. Beautiful. We'll arrive in no time. Now, we have one mahi in the cool box, but on the horizon we are seeing small bait fish jumping away from a bigger fish. So there is chance you can put one more fish at least in that cool box. That would be so amazing. Either way, super happy with what we have already. We had that one scream off twice, except no luck. Way bigger. This one came off. Let's not give up hope. Almost there. And look at these sails doing their job. All the sails open, 3 furled, and the main sail over here.
And over here, listen to the noise of the engine.
It's normal sailing. it is. Those mountains. What?
Those two mountains are called Custodia States.
And the rod is gonna go in 3, 2, 1, now. I'm sorry, Kyle. I failed at the countdown. Fun is over, guys. We are almost arriving, and it does take a while to safely furl all these sails, bring the main sail down. That's our destination. So we're going to start with the hardest one, which is haul it in the bowsprit, and then work our way back. Actually, I'll drop the mainsail first, then we'll do the bowsprit, and then I'll work our way back and turn the engine on as we're arriving, which should be lovely. So thanks, sails, for this beautiful journey. Put you away for now. But it's been amazing. We didn't really plan on coming back south. When we said goodbye, we thought that chapter was closed. But here we are again, and it feels strangely right. We're only a few miles from the shipyard now, just one river between us and the place where Yabá was reborn. This time, she's not arriving in intensive care, but what comes next is still big. A haul out always means change, new rigging, new upgrades, and new decisions all over again. And more than the work itself, we're excited to be back in the place that once felt like home, with the shipwrights we trust and the people who helped turn a wreck into a boat. In the next episode, Yabá comes out of the water for the first time in 2 years. What will we find?